Okay, now we are to find the angle of minimum deviation for this prism. So for that matter, what we have to do, we have to take an A3 sheet. Okay, then pins are applied on the four corners of this sheet, and it should be fully stretched. And then mark this line, horizontal line, in the middle of the this sheet. Okay, this one, right? Then you have to put prism at one of this at one corner, means one edge, near one edge, and then uh, you have to mark the boundary of this prism. Then give a gap of 1 centimeter, again put it, again boundary again, and then this way six prism marking are to be done, right? And then what has to be done, you have to take the midpoint of this, like this is the midpoint, and this is the vertex of this triangle, actually prism. So you have to join these two and extend this line. Similarly, this the same thing has to be repeated for the sixth prism. Okay, then this is actually the normal. Now we have to make angles of 30 degree, 35 degree with the normals. So remember, angle has to be made with this normal, means this angle should be 30 degree. Then the next one should be 35, means 5 with the gap of 35 degree. Then this is 40 with the normal. Remember, this is how to be done. 45. Then this is 50. And the last one is 55. Right? So this is how you have to proceed. Now, angles, once you have completed the angles, then come back to the first one, first prism. Okay. Then first prism, you have to mark incident ray, construct incident ray on your on this line you have already drawn, means at 30 degree. Then I'm explaining for 35 degree. Okay, you have to do it for all others in the similar way. First of all, you have to insert these pins at any two places on this line with some distance of at least 2 centimeters between them. After placing them, after inserting these pins, then you have to put the prism properly on the boundary, exactly between the boundary, right? Then you have to mark, you have to insert the pins on this side, right? While observing those two pins in this phase, right? In such a way that first insert this pin so that the three should be in the same line. Then the fourth one so that all the four should be visible in a single line along the line. So now remove this prism, remove the pins, marking the holes with circles, and then join these. Remember, join only these two, okay, holes, and then make a line extending, which will be cutting this coming line, incident ray, at some point, at say at this point, right? The same procedure has to be proceeded. You have to proceed it with the same procedure, okay, for all the remaining 5 cases, right? So we have got the different. Now this is angle of incidence, this is angle of deviation, angle of incidence, angle of deviation. For 40, it is 36. For 45, this is 39. For 50, 42. And this way, you have got angle of incidence and corresponding angle of deviation. Actually, this is what incident ray, had there been no prism, would have gone this way. So you have to mark arrows also. This is incident ray. It should have gone this way had there been no prism. But because there is prism, there is a deviation. See, okay. So how does it deviate? That I have explained in the theory. But it has deviated. The way now it has followed is this one. So there is a deviation at this point. Similarly, this ray was coming in this way and going this way, but it has deviated from this point along this. So this is the angle of deviation at this point. So measure all these angles and then draw a graph between the angle of incidence along x-axis and angle of deviation along this, right? So this is how the graph you will be getting, and the lowest point will give you the angle of minimum deviation. Here we have got it for 36 degree.